with the Lep. I'm your host, B. Lepo. This week, I'm just going to rant a little bit about the poison that is conspiracy theories. I mean, it's gotten out of hand. It's an industry. That's all it is. It's a clickbait industry. Don't you see? Everybody's making money on conspiracies, and they're all bullshit. I mean, every fucking one of them. I mean, maybe you could argue here and there, some of them land, some of them are real, but all they are is a waste of fucking time. They really are. So let's see here. You've got the conspiracy of wearing masks. The CDC tells you to wear a mask, then tells you not to wear a mask. And the reason that they did that is because Fauci lied, because the medical industry needed masks and whatever. And okay, maybe that one's true, maybe it's not, I don't know. When I get surgery, the fuckers wear masks. Do I know the difference between cloth and shit like that? No. I just don't give a fuck. If it's going to save lives, I'll wear a mask. If you think it's bullshit because you're just, you just don't want to do it, just say you don't want to do it. It doesn't have to be this big, like, they are whatever. You're just being, you just don't want to do it. You feel like your liberties are violated or some bullshit like that. And I don't take liberties lightly, and some of you fucks are going to be like, oh, so you're okay with them. It's not even that deep to me, dude. It's not. I have a fucking mother who's got health problems. I got a dad who's got health problems. I don't want to kill them. And so in order to do that, I'm going to wear a fucking mask. Let me tell you something. I saw this fucking video of this woman last week, and it was being shared around, and this woman was the snarkiest asshole I've ever fucking looked at. It infuriated me. And the irony is that her entire video was her looking into the camera going, okay, and she was saying some bullshit like, Ashante, okay, and I know that the Lord will take care of me, but I'm not going to wear my mask, and you all can wear your mask. Ashante. This fucking snarky ass shit. And the irony is that why bring the Lord or any of that bullshit into this? I mean, do you think that Jesus wouldn't want you to take care of your fellow man if you had the shot? If you don't think that, reread your fucking book, and the snarkiness, it's fucking infuriating. Like, I would have so much more respect for her if she was just like, yeah, look, I just don't like it, and I don't mind if it falls back on people I love and somebody gets hurt. I don't mind it. I don't believe it, and that's it. But, like, to be snarky about it and act like you're a fucking elitist asshole or everyone else is a moron because they're not adhering to what you're thinking, or vice versa. I mean, I think you're a fucking moron if you act like a mask is, irrelevant. But I'm not going to, like, die on that hill and go and fist fight somebody without it. I'm going to see him and be like, man, there's another one of those guys or those gals that just are mean-spirited. You know what I mean? I mean, are all these non-mask wearers, I hope they're, like, when I used to smoke cigarettes, and all of a sudden, I'm smoking cigarettes in public, and people are like, you'll kill me and my family if you don't stop smoking. And after a while, I'm like, damn, yeah, well, the science, it seems that the science backs that. So maybe because, I'm not a fucking total asshole, I'll stop smoking cigarettes because I don't want to kill children or somebody who has a health problem. Is it my right as an American to continue to smoke like a jackass? Maybe. Is somebody taking away my liberties? Possibly. But I just don't give a fuck. Like, I have so much more things to worry about. I can smoke in my house. I can vape. Like, fuck them, Everybody's so fucking... The whole liberty thing, it just... You can bend it to whatever the fuck you want. Do I have to wear underwear because these fucking assholes... Let me tell you something. Go out without pants and underwear. Is that a fucking controversial thing? Well, you don't want to show the kids your dick. Yeah, no shit, But fuck them, it's my right. It's like, give me a fucking break. Worry about real shit. This lady, this snarky lady, it really fucking infuriated me. And it's not good. It's not healthy for me. And I'm being a hypocrite. Right now, I'm being snarky. I mean, you know. But see, the difference between that chick and me is that I'm saying, hey, look, I'm being snarky. I'm being a fucking asshole. You know, maybe. But I'm telling you, you all know that video. When I'm talking about you can picture her going, okay, and you be you, but I know that the Lord's going to take care of me, Ashante. Or she's saying some bullshit like that, and I'm thinking, why is this bitch so fucking hateful? She's so fucking nasty, and she's bringing the Lord into it. Like, if you think Jesus is, keep in mind, Jesus is from the Middle East. Like, everybody, let me tell you, everybody who says God bless America and God bless the United States and God will continue to look after the United States, think about that. He was from the Middle East. And I'm pretty positive, I mean, you know, I never went to college, but I'm pretty positive that God loves humanity, the earth. So the idea that God is going to specifically bless the United States and not the the land that his only begotten son was born out of, or the, you know, the Israelites, or, you know, like, we've just lost it, man. It's so frustrating. And the internet is not helping if you allow it to not help. Know what you're Googling. Read a good conspiracy theory for fun, but not for fact. It's unproductive. It's a young man's game of bullshit. And if you think otherwise, we'll see. We'll see how many of you are right. So far, George Floyd wasn't really killed. He was killed. He was killed, but it's by Obama to make, I don't know, you know, it's the pandemic was a deal put in place by Obama and Fauci, who worked for, you know, Bush, Clinton. Like, he's been in the game for years. Who knows why, you know, because Trump doesn't need any help looking like an asshole. Even if you're a lover of Trump, you know he's a fucking asshole. I mean, you know, you just know it. That's why you like him. He's a fucking asshole. So, you know, and half these fucks will start being like, yo, look at this by AmericanPatriot.org or, you know, FreedomRider.net or whatever. All those are sites created to make money off of people who have cognitive dissonance to slant whatever way. You know, same way with liberals. There's 100 other sites that you can find that will go for exactly what I want to be true. It will make it true. And then I can post it with a nice masthead, AmericanPatriot.com. It looks real, and it's just not real. It's meant to make money and sow dissidence. I mean, I love how, you know, people in this shit town think that they've figured out the keys to the world. Now, some of you might be like, yeah, but it's so obvious. You know, they're so stupid that even I figured it out. Maybe. But, you know, the more obvious thing is that we don't know a fucking thing. And anybody can spin a good story about anything, and it seem real. You know, I mean, don't forget, you know, because of the internet and because of Google and the worldwide conglomerate of information that we all have access to by our phones, the earth is flat. You know, I mean, I fucking hate that. I hate it with everything I got. And I don't give a fuck. I've looked into it. You know, you can be like, hey, you really should listen because there's a couple of this, that. I've looked into it. And, you know, it's all very neat storytelling. And I could fucking, you know, hold up a pile of shit and convince 55 people that it's not really shit, it's gold, by giving them the right PowerPoints, the right Googles, and the right angle to push my narrative. And all of a sudden, everybody would be like, dude, he's got a point. That shit's actually gold. You know what I mean? I mean, the whole thing is fucking insidious. And it goes back to the social media and, you know, the internet is the greatest thing ever, and it's the most fucked up thing ever. All it is a way to sow dissent and sow controversy. Now, if you use it properly, yeah, you can learn shit, you know? I mean, you can. You know, and again, keep in mind, I'm a hypocrite. I get it. I'm on social media. I use Google. I'm not saying that there's no good qualities about it. What I'm saying is that everybody has lost their fucking minds, and every little thing, so, you know, can be slanted to be the way you want it to be. I'm watching all these fucking arguments on Facebook, and let me tell you something. What I want you to do, if anybody gives a shit, if not, don't. But if you can, this week, while you're combing social media, when you see arguments happen and you want to get involved, don't get involved. Just walk away. Just walk away, and there'll be an end to the horror. It's the Lord Humongous from Road Warrior for those who give a shit. But listen, just walk away and give yourself 48 hours, and then go back to it, find the thread, and watch how it is devolved into this nutty war with all kinds of people that don't really know each other. They're all talking over each other. Nobody's minds are getting changed. Nobody feels better. Everybody's shitty, you know, and they walk away from that thread with angst, with upset. You won't though, because you walked away. And see how it makes you feel. Like the world will keep spinning. If you don't get involved in it, the world will keep spinning. It's hard. I mean, I get on Facebook and I see these fucking morons. Let me tell you something. I got a guy that I went to high school with who private messages me. I haven't talked to him in 20 years, literally. And he'll private message me because he knows that I'm a liberal. He'll private message me out of nowhere and be like, just so you know, I'm going to Gettysburg with guns, and so if all you liberal fucktards want to pull down the statues or whatever. And I'm like, I didn't even respond. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what the fuck? Like, you know, because in his world, all liberals believe the exact same thing, you know. All liberals believe the exact same thing. Now, meanwhile, I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is he talking about? You know, this fucking loser, jackass, is worried about me? Like, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Now, I do know what he's talking about a little bit because of the news, you know, but if he thinks for 1 second I'm wasting any time doing any of that, he's out of his fucking mind. And I'm still a liberal. You see? And just a little side note, the irony of this whole thing is that dickhead that I know from high school who is a, you know, freedom fighter for America is on disability. You know, like, which is fine. I don't begrudge anybody for being on disability. But I gotta tell you, I wonder if his conservative friends know that. Like, do they know that the freedom fighter that is going with them to, I don't know. But you get my point. My point is that everybody's lost their goddamn minds. And we need to bring back nuanced conversations. 2 things, 3 things, 5 things can be true at the same time. Guns can be sketchy. They can be part of the Constitution. They can have serious problems, you know. They can protect. You can hunt with them. There are good people with guns. There are bad people with guns. There are morons who shouldn't have guns, you know. I mean, you know, but depending on which one of these, you know, it's like, it's all true. There's no absolutes. Only Siths deal in absolutes. You know, we've talked about that before. The whole thing is frustrating as fuck, and I don't know what else to do except vent like a dickhead, and hopefully somebody will listen. And I'm not an elitist. It's not like I'm sitting over here going, I know B. Lepo in, you know, the shit town of, you know, wherever knows something that everyone else doesn't know. But I feel like no one is saying this. Like, you know, if you have a hard stance, look, like I said, do me a favor. This week, if you're that guy and you engage in these online battles of bullshit, walk away from one or two and see how it makes you feel. And see if the conversation got productive. Like when you revisit it, did it ever get productive, or was it just did it just devolve into this, you know, bullshit of, well, delete me then if we're not and all this bullshit. It's such poison, man. Don't you see? Like, you gotta see. It's fucking poison. All right. That's all. Left out.